Aries, it's me, Stormy, and here is your 2019 overview horoscope. And I have to tell you, Aries, I think it's going to be a much different year than it was last year. I'm actually looking forward to telling you what I see here because it actually looks very good. It looks like there's a good amount of progress that can be made this year, and hopefully you'll be able to lean in, jump into this information, and get yourself aligned with the practical application of where these energies are showing up, okay? So before I jump in and tell you what's happening for you, what's coming in this next year, please just keep in mind that you can find me at stormygrace.com, and there are astrology learning courses, there's live sessions, videos, of course, readings, charts, anything else that you could need. You can also click in the description box down below to get all of the details and get linked up, okay? All right, Aries, so first and foremost, as we're looking at the year, there's this really nice theme that's actually going on for you, and it's the theme of the long-term planets. Because really, as we come into the year, we've got kind of a nice setup of where these energies are going to be for a while. We're coming into 2019 having Jupiter recently just moved into Sagittarius, so he's at home, he's comfortable, he's going to be giving full blast to this area of your life, which is the 9th house. This is training, education, and expansion out into the world, right? It's also wisdom. There's a lot of wisdom that is happening in your expansion out into the world energy. Now, this is in alignment and in timing this year with our other slower moving bodies of Pluto and Saturn, who are both in Capricorn, so at the top of your chart. This is the midheaven. This is career. This is status, this is reputation, this is your soul level calling. So if you're listening to this and you're thinking, well, I'm not working anymore, I'm retired, or you're thinking I stay at home, or whatever your work situation is, what you're going to be looking at and working on this year and redefining is going to be, what is the gift that you have to put out into the world? What are you known for? What is your status? How do you regard yourself out in the world? Remember, we've got Jupiter trying to help you expand out there. So what are we going to know you for? So this is a group of energy that continues well until 2020. So your career is an absolutely ginormous focus for this year. And remember, please stay open-minded. When I say career, it's soul level calling, okay? Now, we've also got Neptune and Pisces still been there, not going anywhere for a little bit. It's going to be lighting up the 12th house. So you still have this intuitive, spiritually awake kind of energy back there, but also the vision where you're creating things, you're transitioning ideas. It's this space between where you want to go and making it concrete. So Neptune will be working in that area all year long. Now, as we come into 2019, we've got Uranus, our planet of electricity, spontaneity. Let's do this different, right? He's retrograde, so looking backwards to the past in your sign. So what you're coming into 2019 with, Aries, that I think is so important and beautiful for you this year is this understanding of what you walked through in 2018. And I really specifically say 2018 because I feel like 2018 was a very big eye-opening year for you, Aries, right? So as we're coming into 2019 all the way until March, you've got this idea looking backwards of who you are not anymore. Sometimes on the journey of where I'm going, who I'm becoming, it is the best information to find out who I'm not anymore. That's the leading amount of information I get to help me make that progress. So also using this Uranian energy as we come into the year, like I said, until March, to look at any patterns that you have, any patterns of behavior, patterns of thinking, especially around you, how you regard yourself, how you present yourself to the world. And do these need to be broken down? Because here's the thing, there is no there's nothing really great about being 40 and being the person you were when you were 18. There's just nothing that great about that, right? We need to be progressing as human beings, and it doesn't mean that you lose your light and you lose your laughter or any of those things, but it does mean that you find another space in there, and some of the lessons that we were put here to learn should be transitioning. We should be along that line, right? So wherever you are in that, right? Your growth pattern, your growth timing is yours, but wherever you're at, this Uranian energy coming into the year really gives you an opportunity to say, okay, this is who I'm not anymore, or, oh, I still got this pattern here and it's kind of holding me back. I'm going to be willing to surrender and release that. It's a really gorgeous energy to come into the year with, okay? Now, like I said, the pattern that we're really looking at, the big energy for you this year, really is a focus on that career energy. Who am I going to be when I grow up? What am I doing next with my career? What am I doing with myself out in the world? And we have further confirmation of that by kicking off this year, January 5th, with a solar eclipse in Capricorn. Now, the solar eclipse, this is our new moon for the month. And remember, at the new moon, we're going to plant these seeds of intention for a new beginning. But a solar eclipse is like, woof, it's big new moon energy, right? So the things that we begin here or set in progress here are going to last for about 6 months. So the first 6 months of this year, you have this like laser focus energy to develop things in your career, soul level calling, status, reputation, how you're known, how you want to be known, your resources, right? You have this beautiful beginning happening right there. Now, whenever we are looking at an area of your life getting a lot of energy, a lot of impact, like the 10th house, we got to know that on the opposite side, there's energy happening over here too. So in your 4th house, which is that family life, while you've got this solar eclipse energy over here giving you this beautiful start, it will also be in tandem with some things changing in your home life, home, family, real estate, property. Does this look like you're changing jobs in the next 6 months because of a move? Does it look like you move because you've gotten a different job? Whatever it is, the housing family dynamic is also going to shift along with work for you. And for some of you, Aries, one of the things that I really get that kind of channeled vision of for you is that your identity has changed so much really over the last 6 years, but certainly from 2018 to 2019, that now I think you're prepared to make some different decisions about where you want to go, what you want your home life to look like, where do you want to live? Do you not want to be at your house and you want to spend some time this year traveling? Jupiter's up there in Sagittarius. Maybe you want to travel. That 4th house is also about roots, right? Maybe you want to get back to your roots. Are you going to go see those friends you haven't seen in forever? You know, what does it look like in the foundation that you're creating between work and home? But this solar eclipse on January 5th is a beautiful place where you're going to plant those seeds of intention, and they'll last for about 6 months, okay? Now, January 21st, we've got a lunar eclipse, which is our full moon for the month, and this is going to be happening in Leo, and this is also going to be very, very close to the earth. So we have the intensity. That's why they call it a supermoon. That's why we have the intensity of this energy. This will be happening in the sign of Leo, so lighting up your 5th house. Now remember, the full moon says that something needs to be ended, acknowledged, or adjusted. So we're going to see shift here over the next 6 months in your 5th house zone. Now, 5th house, the first thing I think of is romance, true love, initiations of romance, right? So this could definitely be a change in your love life. If your love life has felt like something you do not want to be experiencing, this could be a shift into something you'd be more interested in experiencing. Now, other things I think of in that 5th house are independence, right? I really do think of some independence because this is a very self-expressive, self-creative house. Maybe you have conception going on, which yes, conception can be about children, but maybe this is the conception of a new business idea, right? Uranus is in your sign, so it's saying, hey, have you ever thought about working this way? It's going to move on into Taurus, where you're going to have to redefine your value. You're going to have to get independent about how you make money in some way, shape, or form. So this could be an energy where you're starting to think of, how do I do this on my own, or how do I make a situation my own? Even if you decide, you know, I'm going to stay with a company or something like that, how do you own it and make it your own Aries kind of thing? This is also an energy of children. You could be having shifts with children in your life, whether you're having children, adopting children, children are getting older, so they're flying out of the coop, you know, whatever it looks like. This could definitely be a shift in energy around your children. But what I love about the Leo energy is whatever's happening here at this full moon, at this lunar eclipse, there's a sense of bravery about it. There's a sense of saying it and moving through it with your chest out, making the adjustments or allowing the endings to come that need to. And it will be intense because of the closeness to the earth, okay? Now, as we get into March and we get to the 6th, Uranus is going to go back into Taurus. So coming out of Aries, moving back into Taurus, where it's going to be for the entire year, and it's going to be in your second house. Now, Uranus in the second house is magnetic. It is coming to break down structures that have been there. It is coming to change things, but give you a more intuitive, usable energy. It's innovation, right? So first things that I think of in the second house, of course, are how you make money. And what Uranus wants more than anything is freedom and individuality. So this is why I say you may be starting a cycle where you're really looking at how do you make money, right? How do you do it along your terms and your way? How do you own it, right? So that could definitely be something that's happening here. Now, Uranus is also a technological energy, so you could have changes happening to your technologies in some way, shape, or form. Maybe you need to upgrade. Maybe you begin working in something that has to do with technology. Something like that could definitely be on the agenda. Now, because Uranus is an unstable energy, you could certainly see an up and down in your money, right? But whatever it is, it seems this year like you're very confidently riding that wave. And you're able to navigate whatever is coming, because Uranus can just as surprisingly drop money in your lap as it can take it away. So it's very interesting when we get Uranus in the mix, but whatever your financial structure has been like, it's coming to make some adjustments and changes that give you more independence and freedom, okay? When we get to April and May, really even in June of this year, it's a little bit quieter. Now, we're going to have Jupiter, Pluto, Saturn, and Neptune all take retrogrades before those times, and I'll cover those things and all of the personal planet movements that are happening in the monthlies, okay? Now, when we do get to July 2nd, we have got another solar eclipse, and this is a total. So this is going to be in the sign of Cancer in your 4th house. Now, with a total, right? What happens is there's partial eclipses and total eclipses. When there's a total, it's a blotting out. It completely blots out. So we get a complete reset, and we're talking about the moon. So it's an emotional energy, a reaction energy, an internal security energy, right? So you're going to get a complete reset. And why is this happening? Well, we just spent the first 6 months of the year getting your career, what you're going to do, who you are as you're putting yourself out there, realigned. You've been taking action. You've been having good energy and movement in that area of your life. You've been making some different decisions. So now we get to July, and we've got this total reset of my emotions, my reactions, and what makes me feel secure in the 4th house. So home, family, real estate, property, roots, childhood, women in your life. You're going to have new beginnings here because of everything that has happened at the beginning of the year. You see, the year and the energy is like a dance, you guys. It's like a dance and a wave, and they all connect together and make sense at the end. So with this change, you could be moving. You could be redecorating your house. You could have people coming into your house. You could have people going out of your house, right? Whatever it is, the changes in that home and domestic and security zone are certainly going to be set on a really nice path, and you're reset. So you're having different reactions. You're set up to have different reactions and experiences over the next 6 months. Now, July 16th, we've got a partial lunar eclipse, and this is again happening in the sign of Capricorn. So with the lunar eclipse, remember that's our next full moon. So something's going to be ended, acknowledged, and adjusted, and it will last for 6 months, and it's going to be in the sign of Capricorn. So the 10th house again. You see what I mean? All year long, there is this pattern of energy for you, Aries, that is 10th house, 4th house axis. This is what we're working on. Who I want to be in the world. Who am I at home? What am I doing in the world? Where do I live? You know, what's my security in public? What's my security at home? So it's this balance that's working all year long for you. Now in August, we have got Uranus taking its retrograde, and it's going to be retrograding in the sign of Taurus, so again in your 2nd house. Now with a retrograde, you're going to go back over things from the past. With Uranus, he's still here breaking down structures. So if you've got bad behaviors, you've got challenging behaviors to your financial life, to your self-esteem, to the things in your life, right? You can have some physical things of value, and you're going to need to relook at them, and he's going to bring some innovative ideas and perspective on them so you can see and have only what you really need, so that when he's direct again, you can go back to having the profit, the money, the goodness, the self-esteem come into your world, okay? Now, when we get to, let's see what I just do, August, October, November, kind of quiet. We'll really dig into those in the monthly. December, we have got Jupiter moving into Capricorn. Boom, we've got 10th house energy again. December 26th, we're going to have some more moon energy in Capricorn. Boom, we've got the 10th house. And we get to January 12th of 2020, and we've got Saturn and Pluto conjunct. And this is going to be in your 10th house as well. So you see what I'm saying? From the beginning of 2019 till we get through 2020, you really have this influence of not just acknowledging things that are going to change in your career, stepping up, coming to the next level, promotions, being known more in your community, but you have just this work life where you're going back over that career status, what I have to give to the world, and who am I at home energy. So this is a year where you're going to work on career and family, and definitely you've got a nice eclipse there in Leo too, so I think your romantic and starting fresh things life is definitely abundant this year. So I hope you have a beautiful 2019. I would love to sit down with you and look at how all of these energies and more are going to affect your personal individual chart. So if you'd like to sit down with me, come visit me, stormygrace.com, all right? Like this video, comment, share, subscribe, and I will see you throughout the year. Bye.